I welcome you today once again into our side talk. We've been doing this talk for a while. For the last few weeks, I've been doing it together with Vika, Venerable, Rotich, Nicholas.
Yes.
And it's always been good to have you around.
Thank you.
And last week we talked a little bit about politics. And I don't want us to go there today.
No.
I want us to speak about marriage. About marriage. I am in my weekly meditation of the Bible. I've been reading the scripture on instructions of Paul telling people to marry is like a burden. If there's a way you can avoid it, and if God has given you a gift, avoid it. But if you're struggling with your flesh, make sure you marry.
Yeah.
And he speaks about there are those who are married and are not married because of the kingdom. There are those because they are serving kings. There are those because of other factors. And we live in a generation, in a society that marriage is becoming an option. Most people are saying, I just want to get children, I don't want to get married. Others are telling you, I will not get married, it's a bother. Others are saying in marriage to some level, they say, we want to live married. What would you say? Do you feel marriage as an option or a marriage is a must?
For me, is that, yes, it's a good topic.
Yep.
And then we must appreciate the fact that marriage is a very critical component in this life. And without marriage, according to me, is that we would not be here. And so it is said marriages are made in heaven. And so marriages and we talk about a marriage of man and woman, a marriage of male and female. Yeah. And so because there can be another marriage which does not bring children, which is not called marriage. But is that it should not be an option, because if you look at ourselves, we are created fearfully and wonderfully made, but then for particular functions. And so for me is that if I'm a male, is that you'll need to bring more. We are co-creators with God. And so being a male and one being a female is that we do help in that co-creation.
Okay.
Bring about human beings.
So you say marriage is not optional.
It's not.
Marriage is a must.
It is imperative that we do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are supposed to marry.
We are supposed
to be married.
Yes. Yes.
And I agree with you.
Yes.
Until to some level of disagreement. But up to now we are agreeing, because when God created Adam, God said he has to marry.
Yeah.
It's a must that Adam must have a woman.
Yes.
And marry a woman.
Yes.
So marriage is, and we are not different from Adam. Marriage was to be a must. But nowadays, most people are making it optional. I can get married, I can marry, I can decide not to.
Yeah, well, when you look at it, is that why do we get married actually? The reason why we get married is that at least for companionship, we want also to have children. Yeah, which means we want to generate more generations. We also want in terms of coming together so that we are a family. And so if you look at those three or so reasons why we get married, then that is it. We are designed in such a way that the ideal is to get married as you progress.
So now, even though it's just the ideal situation, marriage is not optional. But many people are not married, yet they're running a family. What would you say about that?
Yeah, you know, that is for me is that, they are going aside of marriage, but so they have unions which are not binding. You know, for marriage it has to be beginning, and then it is lifelong. And if you are doing a Christian marriage, is that you begin say today, and so you have a lifetime, and it can last as long as you shall live, both shall live. And so there are things that you need to be doing within that particular marriage. Apart from bringing children, is that you also need to have many things within that marriage that adds value to this life.
I think there are situationals.
Yep.
Actually, we've just had a discussion and somebody said we should not glorify situationals because situations has made us to come to this level and we are living because of a situation, but it was not designed to be that way. Therefore, there are many people who are running families, but they are not married. There are many people that are not married, yet they are supposed to be married out of situations. Situations, maybe some things happen, someone did not find their soulmates. Maybe some things happen, somebody got children before marriage and they did not get together. Many other factors, but they are situationals. We have the original plan, marriage was not to be optional. But our fallen nature has opened a certain situation whereby there are situations that somebody may continue with a family, yet they are not married. And I personally don't think that it is sin. That's why we speak about different types of family. There are people who can get children and raise them up without other partner. There are people who can enter into something like a relationship of marriage and then something happens and it does not continue. There are some people who can, because of sicknesses, because of health and other factors, but they are situational. And maybe one of the questions that I would want you to address is, can not getting married be a choice?
Well,
or unless a situation forces somebody.
When we talk about option, marriage being not an option, it is for us is that we are designed by God to marry.
And when we don't marry, like those who have given themselves for the purpose of religion, it's a sacrifice. It
is a sacrifice.
I'm not doing it not because I can't, but I am living it for the kingdom.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a place where you are now saying, now for me not to get engaged into family matters, let me now sacrifice that family matter so that I get engaged to a higher calling. A higher calling. Just the way other priests in different churches can be going through. And so for me is that as an option not to marry, it can as well, it's a calling actually. One is a calling.
Yeah. That's a sacrificial situation.
Yes.
But it's not designed.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those who make it optional that I should marry or I should not marry, and yet it's not situational, you think they are walking out of the path?
I believe so. I believe that those ones who are saying I should not, they are doing it as a kind of a protest. Yeah, you'll find that if you dig deep, is that you will find that maybe somebody actually maybe messed up with their thinking and their lives, so that they are really protesting.
Okay.
Yes.
That is good.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say about those people that say, I will not get married, but I'll just get 2 children and settle?
Children are products of a marriage.
Now that's by a decision.
Yes.
By a decision, somebody tells you, I don't want to get married, I'll only get 2 children and settle.
No, you see.
You ask them with who?
Yeah, those are the things I'm saying. People need not to define what marriage is. Yeah, and the only way to create a family is to have a marriage. Yeah, the only way to create a family, and the only way to bring up a family, children and others who are in that family, is to get married. And that is the ideal. Somebody can get a child outside, without getting married. That one is not ideal. That one is not ideal.
Situational. But others have decided to make it as a choice. I'm just looking for this man, I sleep with him, I get a child, and then I go away.
For me, it will still be not the correct one, according to me. Yes, confusing us, because why do you, in the first place, why do you want to have a family? You want to have a family where if you are the mother, and then somebody else is the child. But then that child needs a father, to be seen around. And so I'm talking about bringing up a child in the way that they should go. And you grow in a family where there is a father and mother, when actually we say when they are living.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what would you say about this scenario whereby 2 people meet somewhere, maybe because of a certain convenience, and they say we shall be staying together in one house, sleeping like husband and wife for some time, And then when our times comes, all of us will go their own way. Something like marriage. What
It
would
is.
be your
It is.
comment?
It is cohabiting.
And the product of that cohabiting, if they have child, will it be called a family?
And that is why it may not be. It may not be. In fact, the English used to have a very, very stigmatizing word for a child born outside marriage, wedlock.
Yeah. Don't even mention that.
Yeah, we
will
cannot.
have problem
We
with
cannot.
people.
Yes, we cannot. And so that kind of a thing is that it makes that kind of quote unquote marriage to be very loose. Yeah, nothing binding. It has no values because you are not held responsible so much. Yeah. So for me, is that that is just like a contract.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you tell people about marriage and situations whereby people have found themselves running families without marriage?
Two things happen. There is a marriage and there is a family, and this is it. God ordained marriage. He intended that every male, when they are of age, shall marry a female of their age. And both...
Not of their age, slightly young.
Okay. Slightly older.
Okay.
Of their age. Okay, mature. Let me use the word mature. Yeah. Yes, when they are mature to get
both
married,
of them adults,
male and female. I'm very emphatic on male and female. Yeah, and then if God wills, because children are blessings from God, and so if God wills that they get children, all shall be of the same family, and that family should be staying together and bringing up children. We should not let our children to just grow. Yeah, you know. We should actually be the ones that are bringing up children. And so male and female, who in this context is father and mother, should be parents, and they should have that lifelong union as both shall live.
And neither are we judging those who are, because of situations, they are running a family without marriage. We are calling them situational, but the ideal was to be marriage. And I would say to those people who are aspiring for marriage, do not listen to those voices that are demonizing marriage. Marriage was an essential that God created for humanity. And if you find yourself in a situation whereby it will not be marriage, we also don't judge you, but we can't glorify situations. We say situations are called alternatives as a result of what happened, but it is not the ideal. So our prayer for everybody, that God will strengthen everyone in the situations that they are living in. And we cannot judge anybody, but out of just volition that I don't want to get married, or I don't want to marry but I want to run a family, I join the vicar, the representative of Christ, by saying that's not the intention of the person we are representing. Thank you. God bless you for our side talk.
Thank you. Bye.